sanitation issues, homelessness, and the proliferation of slums remain critical challenges, undermining the health, dignity, and economic potential of our citizens, particularly the youth. It is essential that we adopt a comprehensive approach to tackling these issues, utilizing existing laws, formulating new ones, and engaging innovative strategies to develop sustainable solutions, whilst leveraging on same to create meaningful employment opportunities for our youth. Mr. Speaker, the state of sanitation in Ghana continues to be a source of grave concern. According to the 2021 Population and Housing Census by the Ghana Statistical Service, only 51.4% of urban households have their solid waste collected, leaving 48.6% without access to such services. This lack of access often leads to improper waste disposal methods. Additionally, 65.9% of urban households have access to household toilet facilities, meaning 34.1% are deprived of this essential service. It is worthy of note that approximately 17.22% of urban dwellers practice open defecation. In fact, a more recent survey by the Ghana Statistical Service of February 2024 puts the percentage at 25% of households in Ghana practicing open defecation. This situation is even dire in rural areas, where the lack of provision of safe sanitation facilities is more pronounced. In 2017, the government launched a national sanitation campaign through Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources to address the country's sanitation challenges. Mr. Speaker, government-led initiatives such as this should ordinarily translate into formidable achievements or outcomes. But cast your eyes around, and it is almost as if we never did anything at all. Despite the invaluable time and resource expended on this initiative, we continue to grapple with these same unsustainable, unproductive, and unhealthy situations of sanitation in the country. Perhaps a very good example of how not to tackle these issues of sanitation of a country. It goes without saying that after 67 years of independence, one thing that profoundly highlights the urgent need for very rigorous efforts to improve waste management infrastructure and policies would be that, as at March 2023, only a paltry 25 of households in Ghana have access to basic, safe sanitation infrastructure. The recent cholera outbreak in Ghana has had a devastating impact, particularly in my constituency, Ahanta West. Between October and December 2024, 345 of my people were affected, and sadly, 4 lives were lost. Communities that depend on fishing, such as Adwa, Funko, Amanfro, Disco, and others, facing significant challenges, including lack of waste management, limited access to clean drinking water, and inadequate public toilets. In towns like Agunan Kwanta, Abra, and Aponwa, improper waste disposal is rampant, with refuse being dumped in areas like Damete, Miemia, and the Aponwa Cemetery. This not only creates severe environmental risks, but also poses a serious threat to public health. Unfortunately, despite the urgency of these issues, both duty bearers and citizens alike seem nonchalant about it. These sanitation issues do not only impact negatively on our health and general well-being as people, it also tarnishes our image internationally, hinders the growth of tourism in my constituency, as well as stifles the economic potential of Ahanta West. Mr. Speaker, I note that the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources has had some budgetary allocations over the years towards addressing nation's sanitation challenges. From the Ministry of Finance Budget Statement 2020 to 2023, the ministry was allocated 360 million Ghana cedis in 2020, 362 million Ghana cedis in 2021, 360 million Ghana cedis in 2022, and 374 million Ghana cedis in 2023, including a steady increase of funding, indicating a steady increase of funding. Notwithstanding, our sanitation does not appear to be improving, highlighting the need for more targeted and effective utilization of resources to achieve meaningful outcomes. Mr. Speaker, any approach to solving sanitation challenges without carefully considering homelessness, streetism, and slum proliferation will not succeed. I'm afraid we cannot win the sanitation war until we purposefully and pragmatically begin to tackle homelessness, streetism, and slum proliferation in the urban and peri-urban communities as a nation. It is not lost on us that inadequate housing across the country, economic hardship, unemployment, poverty, rapid rural-urban migration, etc., have all contributed to the expansion of slums, homelessness, and streetism, giving rise to improper and indiscriminate waste disposal practices and the poor sanitation situation we have on our hands. We cannot continue to downplay the severity of this challenge, seeing the very danger it poses to our survival as people. To effectively address these interconnected challenges, I propose the following measures. 1. National dialogue on rural-urban migration and economic empowerment. There should be such government-led national dialogue once a year, involving all stakeholders, which include civil society organizations, chiefs, clergy, academia, business community, state institutions, members of public, etc. This dialogue would crystallize or help to bring to the fore the real causative factors of rural-urban migration and propose immediate, practical, and pragmatic solutions towards stemming it and promote economic empowerment in rural areas. 2. Deliberate housing and urbanization strategy for rural communities. This strategy should see the provision of decent, low-cost housing with basic social amenities on hire purchase for rural community dwellers. 3. National drive on proper waste segregation and disposal. There must be a sustained roadblock, educational and enforcement campaign on proper waste segregation and disposal. This will immediately give a boost to and expand the waste recycling and collection industry, thereby creating job opportunities for our teeming unemployed youth and keeping our environment clean and healthy. 4. Public-private partnerships. Collaborate with the private sector to mobilize resource and expertise for large-scale sanitation infrastructure projects, ensuring efficiency and sustainability. 5. Strengthening enforcement of sanitation laws. District assemblies and all relevant agencies must strictly enforce the existing sanitation laws and regulations and apply appropriate sanctions and penalties in the event of any violations. 6. Youth employment in sanitation services. Encourage the youth to consider the business opportunities inherent in the various branches of the sanitation management industry. 7. Provision of labeled litter bins at designated areas and public spaces. This should serve as a clear signal of a new era where indiscriminate waste disposal shall not be countenanced. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, addressing the sanitation challenge as occasioned by improper waste disposal practices, homelessness, streetism, and slum proliferation, etc., obviously demands a coordinated and sustained effort by duty bearers and public alike, with education, enforcement of existing laws, investing in infrastructure, and economically empowering our youth, our people, wherever they are. We can achieve a cleaner, healthier, and more prosperous Ghana. Let us commit to these measures and work together to transform our urban and rural landscapes for the betterment of all citizens.